My name is Jenny, I'm a mental health practitioner and I also co-host and co-produce a podcast called Untangled with Izzy Boardman. I am feeling today fairly tired. It's Monday morning, so I'm feeling a bit apprehensive about the week going forward. Mainly car parks, unfortunately, and cars. I can also see a pub, which at the moment isn't quite as exciting as it is outside of lockdown. And also a line of trees covering the rail track. And I guess that's the best bit, because if I'm sitting here and I'm working from home, I can look out and I can see the birds in the trees, and I can also hear them singing in the morning, which is nice. Sit me on the sofa with some fluffy socks on, in my pyjamas, put a blanket on me, have the heating cranked up, give me a massive bowl of salted popcorn and shove a Disney film on, and I'll be happy for hours. Where I get my support is mainly from my friends and family. I'm really lucky that I have my family quite close by. They all live in a close proximity to me, which has been really helpful over lockdown, particularly because I've become an auntie over lockdown. I feel like I have people who I can go to who have been with me from throughout my journey, and understand me and won't judge me for anything I say. So that's really important to me, because I feel if I don't talk about things and I don't share what's happening with me, it tends to build up and get worse in my head. So in order to stay well, I feel I have to talk to people who I trust and who will listen as well. Because I have worked now in mental health for around 4 years, and over that time I have had a lot of experience and close encounters with people who are currently experiencing really distressing emotions that lead them often to the conclusion of wanting to end their life. I want to do as much as possible to stop people from getting to the point where they feel so desperate and so backed into a corner that they feel they have to end their life. I myself have experienced depression, which I talk about on the podcast a lot, and within that I have also experienced suicidal thoughts myself. I fortunately never got to the point where those thoughts became a plan or became an intention of mine, but some people aren't that lucky. It's asking something of all of us that actually we can all do. We can all start on that really small step towards preventing suicide by just asking the question. And I think it's really underestimated, the idea of asking somebody whether they are considering suicide. I think when people are faced with the idea of stopping suicide and preventing it, they have perhaps an overwhelming idea in their head of what that means. And of course, it doesn't mean that you need to save everyone around you. It doesn't mean that you have to become an expert. It's actually quite the opposite to that. Everyone can be an expert in preventing suicide by just doing something really, really small but very significant, which is to ask somebody if they are considering suicide. Ask how they're feeling. It might be that you know people, or you know friends of friends who have experienced those thoughts themselves. Perhaps they have attempted themselves, or perhaps they even have those plans and intents in their minds currently, and you won't know until you ask. And if you ask and you know, you can help them to get the support that they need. Grassroots can give you the skills and experience you need to prevent suicide. Become a lifesaver. Ask now and save lives.